Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Here are the rules that determine the site of semi-state rounds when advancing from regionals in classes 5A through 1A. If one team is on the road for regional while the other team hosts, the team that was on the road for their regional game gets to host semi-state. But if both teams are either on the road or at home, the advancement rules vary depending on what class it is. In classes 5A, 3A, and 1A, if both teams were home or on the road for regional, the team that comes from the sectional with the higher number gets to host semi-state. In classes 4A and 2A, the tiebreaker goes to the team that comes from the sectional with the lower number. Don't be confused, we'll cover all of that again when discussing each class. Class 6A has reached the semi-state round of the tournament as two undefeated teams, Carmel and Penn, square off in the north at Freed Field at Penn High School, while 10-2 Ben Davis hosts 9-3 Center Grove in the southern semi-state. There are no 6A games for next week as they'll be idle, and the winners of this Friday's semi-state games will face off in the state championship at Lucas Oil Field on Friday, November 28th at 6:05 Central Time. In Class 5A, LaPorte upset Mishawaka for their first sectional title since 2006, and now they'll hit the road to take on Elkhart Central, who defeated Concord to advance to regionals. Also in the north, Westfield, the 5A state runner-up from last season, hosts Fort Wayne Snyder. In the semi-state round of Class 5A, if one team was on the road for regional while the other team hosted, the team that was on the road gets to host the semi-state. However, if both teams were on the road or both teams hosted, the team that comes from the sectional with the higher number gets to host. Because of these tiebreaker rules, LaPorte could host semi-state, but only if Westfield beats Snyder because the Shamrocks are at home while the Slicers are on the road. However, if Snyder beats Westfield, LaPorte will have to travel to Fort Wayne Snyder because while both are on the road for regionals, Snyder comes from a sectional with a higher number. Elkhart Central is on the road regardless of who wins the Westfield-Snyder game because they host LaPorte and come from a lower number sectional. In Class 4A, the sectional number 17 champion Lowell Red Devils travel to New Prairie to take on the 11-1 Cougars, and 6-6 Norwell hosts Northridge. The Class 4A advancement rules are reversed from Class 5A, so teams from the sectional with the lower number get the edge in the home road tiebreaker for semi-state. Because Lowell is on the road for regionals and comes from the lowest numbered sectional in Class 4A, that means the Red Devils will automatically host the semi-state should they get past New Prairie, no matter who wins the Norwell-Northridge game. Should New Prairie beat Lowell, the Cougars will travel to Northridge because they are on the road while New Prairie is at home, or they will host Norwell because the Cougars are from the lower numbered sectional and both host regionals. Moving to Class 3A, Andrean hosts their fourth consecutive postseason game as Jimtown comes to Father Eckert Field, while Yorktown is at Fort Wayne Bishop Luers in the other Northern 3A regional. Because Class 3A is like Class 5A in that the team from the higher numbered sectional gets the semi-state home road tiebreaker, there is no chance that Andrean will host semi-state as they are the regional host and from the lowest numbered sectional in Class 3A. The 59ers will have to travel to either Yorktown or Fort Wayne Bishop Luers should they advance. Jimtown can host semi-state, but only if Bishop Luers beats Yorktown, since Jimtown will be on the road for regionals and Bishop Luers is at home. If Yorktown advances, the Jimmies will have to travel there because of the home road tiebreaker. In Class 2A, the undefeated Rensselaer Central Bombers travel to Bremen to battle the Lions, while Lafayette Central Catholic takes on Lapel. Like Class 4A, the lower number sectional team gets the edge in the home road tiebreaker, so Rensselaer, being on the road for regionals, will automatically host the winner of the Lafayette Central Catholic Lapel regional in the semi-state round. Bremen would have to travel to Lafayette Central Catholic as the Knights are on the road while Bremen hosts, or they would get to host Lapel because of the tiebreaker. Finally, in Class 1A, 11-1 Pioneer is at 12-0 Winnemac, while 10-1 Tri-Central travels to 6-6 South Adams in the Northern Regionals. Because of the higher number sectional winning the home road tiebreaker in Class 1A, Winnemac will have to travel for semi-state no matter who wins the Tri-Central South Adam game, since the Warriors are from a low-numbered sectional and host a regional. Pioneer can host semi-state if South Adams defeats Tri-Central, since the South Adams Starfires are at home while Pioneer is on the road for regionals, but if Tri-Central wins, Pioneer will have to travel. Those are all the scenarios for the Northern semi-states in classes 5A through 1A. Stay logged on to regionsports.com for continuing coverage of the football state tournament.
Region Sports Network, the only game in town.